Now we'll look at Paper 2, Department of Education, Central Province, 2018 Year-End Evaluation. In Paper 2, you can spend 3 hours. So, you get Part A and Part B. Part A, 6 questions, but you have to answer 5 questions. And also in Part B, 6 questions are there. You have to answer 5 questions. So, you can spend 18 minutes per question in both Part A and B, and each question worth 10 marks. So, 50 and 50, you get 100 marks for this paper. So, in this one, you have to ask for line papers to write down the answers, and the first question is about graphs. You can ask for a graph paper. So, now we'll see how we can do first 2 questions. Question number 1. First you try and then look at my video to check your answers. A complete table prepared to draw a graph of a function is given below. According to the given values, write the function of the graph in the form of y equals x plus a whole thing squared plus b. Now this time the equation is not given. So that means you have to look at the graph. We know the quadratic graphs are symmetric, and the symmetric line, axis of symmetry, passes through the minimum or maximum point. So if this is x plus a here, this should be a minimum curve. How can we find out? Look at the values of y. 7, 7, 2, 2. This is symmetric, and you can see this point is the vertex point. So if you know the vertex, how can we write down in this form? X equals 1. So we can straight away write down x equals 1 means this should be minus 1. And the lower value is minus 2. So you can write b as minus 2. So this is the equation. Using the scale of 10 small divisions 2 centimeters. As 1 unit along the x-axis and along the y-axis, draw the graph of the above function on a graph paper. We'll try to do that. So you need to first look at minus 2 to 4. That's the x-axis. So if you take minus 2 here, minus 2, minus 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can move it. So minus 2, minus 1, 0. And we'll take 0 here because you have enough space there. We'll take y-axis here. And then you need to mark the points. Now when you look at y values, 7 is the maximum, minimum is minus 2. So we can start from here, 7. So it says 2 centimeters is 1 unit. So 2 centimeter actually 2 big small squares like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is 0, minus 1, minus 2. Now you can draw the x-axis. Mark the x coordinates here. 1, 2, 3. What's the value? 4, up to 4. X, and this is y. Here minus 1 and minus 2 only you need. And also you need to see the scale. Now 10 small squares is 1 unit, mean this way 0.1 and this way 0.1. When you are reading the values, you need this scale. So 1 small square is 0.1. Now we can mark the points. -2, 7. This point. -1, 2. 0, -1. 1, -2. 2, -1. 3, 2. And 4, 7. 4 with 7. Now you need to connect smoothly. So you can connect the endpoints only with a ruler. But if you can draw it without the ruler, do it. But I prefer only the endpoints with the ruler because the distance is long. It's difficult to draw the curve. Now you can smoothly connect these points. So smoothly connect these up to here, and from here with one line you have to do. So this one slightly this way, but when you are drawing, smoothly connect this one. So that's the curve of y equals, that's y equals this graph, and how you get marks for this. So you get 3 marks for this, marking the points, connecting smoothly, and scale x-axis and y-axis, 3 marks, and writing down these two values properly, you get 2 marks. Now we'll see how we can answer questions using this graph. Now we'll answer the questions using the graph. Write down the range of values of x for which the function is negative and decreasing. So decreasing is here to here, but negatively decreasing here to here, negative side. So that means we have to refer this point and this point. This is 1. So when you refer this is 0.4 squares here, 0.4. So you can write the first part as x is in between 0.4 to 1. So lower side is 0.4. So minus 0.4 to 1. So that's the first part. Second part, find the roots of the function. Roots means when y equals 0. So find the intersecting points of these two with the x-axis. So x equals, so first you can write y equals 0 values. So x becomes 2.4 or x becomes minus 0.4. Then third one, write down the coordinates of the vertex point of the function corresponding to the graph obtained when the above graph is translated 2 units to the left side. So here vertex is here, 2 units to the left side, so this becomes 1, 2, this position. And what's the vertex point now? -1, -2. And what's the graph now? If you know the vertex point, you can write y equals x, this is x equals -1. So this becomes x plus 1 squared minus 2 is the graph. So you get marks for writing both. 1 mark for this part, and 1 mark for the vertex point, and 2 marks. 1 mark for this value and 1 mark for this. And here also 2 values, you get 2 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here 5 marks there. So that means we have to take 1 mark out. So here we'll give 1 mark here for this one. Writing down the 2 boundaries, just 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, altogether 10 marks for that question. Now we'll take the second one, that's statistics. You can try all 5 parts. We'll do step by step. The following frequency distribution shows a survey conducted to get information on the parking time of vehicles entering to a town from main road during 8 hours to 16 hours on a certain day. This is in minutes, number of vehicles are there. In which time interval the most number of vehicles were parked? Most number means that's the mode. You are asked to find out the modal class, one which has the highest frequency. 70 is the highest, so 122, 150. Find the total number of vehicles parked between 8 hours to 16. You just add and say. All these numbers add. 5, 5, 10, 20, 2 remaining. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 5, 14. 20, 27. 27, 33. 33 plus 3, 36 and 40. So altogether 400 vehicles are there. So you can get just 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for this answer. Now we'll see the next part. Taking the class interval 120 to 150 as the assumed mean, find the mean parking time of a vehicle on that day. So this is time. 0 to 30, 30 to 60, boundaries are given, 60 to 90, 90 to 120, 120 to 150, 210 to 240, and we can take the total here. And then we need midpoint, that's x, mid value. And then frequency, and if you are taking d, deviation, d and ft. Now how we find out the mid values? And then divide by 2. So 0 plus 30 divided by 2, 15. 30 and 60, 90. 90 divided by 2, 45. So you are adding 30. So we can do without add and divide by 2. Add 30, 75. So you get 105. 135. And add 30, 165. Add 30, 195. 30, 225. Frequency is given 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 65, 45 and 35, and we found out the total 400. Now it says take 120 to 150. This one as the assumed mean. So what's the mean value? The the mid value, 150 divided by 2. That's, so assumed mean you have to take as 135. So if we take assumed mean as 135, you can find out the deviation. So deviation becomes x minus 135. Now subtract, this becomes 0. What's the difference here? You get 30. That's minus 30. Here 60. So 30 is 90 and 120, all negative values. This way positive. Positive 30, 60, 90. Now it's easy to multiply here to here. So this is 0. You get all negative values here. 6 times 3, 80. Here you get 0, 0. 6 times 5, 30. 0, 0. 9 times 4, 36. Both negative. And this one, you can put a 0 and multiply by 12. 12 times 5, 60. 6 remaining. 12 times 3, 36. 36 plus 6. 36 and 6. You get 42. That's also negative. And here, these values positive. 3 times 5, 15. 1 remaining. 3 times 6, 18. Plus 1, 19. Multiply by 6. 6 times 5, 30. 3 remaining. 6 times 4, 24. Plus 3, 27. And here multiply by 9. 9 times 5, 45. 4 remaining. 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 4, 31. Now we'll see. Separately add the positive numbers and negative numbers. You get 0, 0, 8, 8, 16, 1 remaining. 8, 9, 12. Negative 12,600. Positive numbers 0, 5 and 5, 10, 10, 18 and 1 remaining. 6 plus 1, 7. Now you get a negative answer. What's the difference? 0, 0. 8. So you get 8 here. 8 and 8, 16. 1 remaining. 8 plus 4. Negative 4,800. So that's FD. So how you find out the mean value? Mean is assumed mean plus sigma FD, total of all FD values into sigma F, total of frequencies. Assumed mean we took 135 and sigma FD minus 4,800 and total of frequencies, that's 400. Now try to simplify this. So you get 2 zeros get cancelled out here. So 135 minus 4 times 1, 4, 2. So minus 12. So you get 3 and 2 here and 1. 123 is the mean parking time. So this is in minutes. So now we can give marks for this. So how can we give marks? So we'll give, so before we gave 2 marks and now we can give marks for this one. So 1 mark for the mid values and 1 mark for the deviation and total of FD. and then you can get 1 mark for this step and final answer 1 mark. So altogether 5 marks for this question. Now we'll look at the next two parts. If the parking charge per an hour or for a part of an hour is 30 rupees, find the parking charge of a vehicle on this day. So we got, what's the mean value? 123 minutes. So what is 123 minutes means? When you divide by 60, you get 60, 60, and that's 100. So 3 minutes. But even this is 60 minutes or less than that, they charge 30 rupees. It says hour or for a part. So here also they will charge 30. So how many hours? 1, 2. So 1 hour and another hour. So 30 times 3 is the charge they are taking. So that's 90 rupees for parking for 2 hours and 3 minutes. That's like 3 hours. Find the total amount charged on vehicles during 8 hours to 16 hours on this day. So the total amount charged. So this is 90 rupees for one vehicle. There are 400 vehicles in between 8 hours to 16. 8 hours and 16 hours. So what's the total? 90 into 400. This is for one vehicle for 123 minutes. So you get 0, 0, 0. 9 times 4, 36. 36,000 rupees for that. So how we get marks now? Another 3 marks. 1 mark for this and 2 marks for this calculation. So you get all together 10 marks for this question. Now you can try 3, 4, 5, 6. Question number 3. A businessman invested 600,000 rupees to buy shares in a company which pays an annual dividend of 5 rupees per share at the market price of 30 rupees per share at the end of the year. After receiving the dividends, he sold all his shares he invested. The total income gained from the dividends and the sale of shares in a new company to buy shares at the market price of 50 rupees per share, which pays an annual dividend of 6 rupees per share. From this investment, he gained an annual dividends income which was 20,000 rupees more than what he received from his previous investment. Find the selling price of a share in the first company. So you can start from calculating number of shares. So how can we find out number of shares? That's the first step you have to do. Number of shares. This is the first company. 600,000 rupees divide by 30 rupees per share. So divide by 30. You get 20,000. 20,000 shares are there. 1, 2, 3 and 20. So 20,000 shares are there. Now what's the next step? We can find out the total annual dividends from these shares. What's the income from dividends? There are 20,000 shares each you get 5 rupees as the dividend. Multiply by 5. You get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100,000 rupees as the income. Look at this one. From this investment, he gained an annual dividend income which was 20,000 more than what he received from its previous investment. So what's the income from dividends from the second company? Income from dividends for the second company, because that's 20,000 more. So you can find 100,000 plus 20,000 rupees. 120,000 rupees. That's the income from second company. What are the other things we can find out? It says he invested total income gain from the dividends and the sale of the shares in a new company to buy shares at the market price 50 rupees. Now, this is the dividends and you can find out how many shares for the second company. So you can find from this. If you divide by 6, this value, you can find out number of shares for the second company, because each you get per share 6 rupees. So next step is to find the number of shares for the second company. ₹120,000 divided by 6. You get 20,000 rupees. That's from the second company. No, this is number of shares. Do we write rupees? No, this is 20,000 shares are there for the second company. Now, what's the next step? We found number of shares now. Now, we have to find out the invested amount in the second company now. So, what is the invested amount in the second company? That's 20,000 shares, each worth 50 rupees. Each worth 50 rupees. So you get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 million. And now, what's the gain you get after selling in the second company, selling all these shares? What's the gain? Gain from selling shares is the difference between this value and this value. So this is the income from dividend. So when you subtract these two, what you get? You get, this is 1 million minus 100,000. 900,000 rupees. That's the gain from selling shares. Now it says so find the selling price of a share in the first company. So you can divide by 20,000 because there are 20,000 shares are there. So straight away you can find out selling price or market price of a share. Market price of a share is 900,000 divided by 20,000 because 20,000 shares are there. 3 zeros get cancelled out. This 0 here. 90 divided by 2. 45 rupees is the market price of a share. So now we can give marks for this. So how many marks? For the whole question, 10 marks. We can give 2 marks for finding number of shares. And dividend, 1 mark. And income from dividends, just addition, 1 mark. And number of shares for the second company, 2 marks. And invested amount in the second company, 1 mark here. And altogether how many marks? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 and 1 mark for the difference, and finally 2 marks for the market price. So altogether you get 10 marks for this question. Now you can do question number 4. This is about finding distance. You get angles, so you have to refer trigonometric tables to find out lengths. So you can try that. So you get 2 parts, A and B. Part A, a 5-meter long AB ladder. So that means this is 5 meters. Placed as shown in the following figure. The angles between the ladder and the floor is 32 degrees and 45 minutes. Copy the figure on your answer sheet and mark all data. So that's what you have to do. You can get 1 mark for that, marking this. Now we'll look at part 2. Using the trigonometric ratios, find the distance between the ladder and the foot of the wall to the first decimal place. So we'll take, this is C, AC. We need to find out length of AC. So to this angle, that's opposite, and this is hypotenuse. So what's that? Opposite and hypotenuse? Sine ratio. So katoa. So sine ratio you have to use sine 32 and 45 is opposite, means AC over 5. So what's AC? 5 times sine of 32, 45. Now we can refer the tables and find out 32 and 45. 40, 32, 40, 53, 98 and 5. 5 from here. What's 5? 12. So you have to add 12 to that. 5, 3, 9, 8 and 12. 5, 4, 1, 0. So 0.5 times 0.5410. So multiply by 5. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 4, 22 remaining. 5 times 5, 25 plus 2, 27. And you need to keep 4 decimal places. So here 2.7050. First decimal place, that's 2.7. 2.7. This is in meters. So we need to give marks. So 1 mark for this one. You can get for the appropriate ratio 1 mark, and finding this distance 1 mark. So now we have given 3 marks for that, and referring the table you can give 1 mark. So altogether 4 marks for this part. Now part B. The above position of the ladder is changed to keep the balance when climbing. The top end of the ladder is placed 1.5 meters above the previous position. So earlier we got 2.7. Now 2.7 and 1.5 more. That's this distance now. Draw the new position of the ladder on the above diagram. So that means A is there. So we have to mark above that. So this is 2.7 we found. Above, we'll take this position, A dash or something. So this is 1.5 meters above that. Now the ladder is this. So you can mark this diagram, you get 1 mark for that. Part 2. According to the new position of the ladder, find the angle between the ladder and the floor. Now we need to find out this angle. Now to this angle, the ladder is the same, that's 5 meter length. So to this angle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what's the ratio, trigonometric ratio? Sine ratio. So we can write sine of theta, we don't know the angle, sine theta equals, what's the sum? 2.7 and these two addition, 4.2. 4.2 divided by 5. 5 times 8, 40. And for 20, 5 times 4. So you have to refer sine tables and see what's the angle. So we'll find out where you get 0.84 in sine tables. 0.84. 8387 is there. So how many more you need to get 4? 13. You need 13. That's 13. Here, 8. 57, 0, 8. So we write sine inverse of 0.8400. That means 57 degrees and 8 minutes. So that's the angle here. So we can give marks here. Finding the new value, 1 mark. Finding the appropriate ratio, 1 mark. And here, calculating this value, 1 mark. And 1 mark for this one, and referring the anti-log value, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 with previous 4 marks, you get 10 marks. Now you can try 5th question. This is about matrices. So we'll do separately. A and B are 2 equal matrices. Considering the properties of equal matrices, write a pair of simultaneous equations. If these 2 are equal, each corresponding elements are equal. So you can write 2 equations. So the first element is this. 8 is equal to this one, 3x plus 2y. Then the other one you can write from this. 22 is equal to 4x minus 3y. So those are the 2 equations you can write if the 2 matrices are equal. Part 2. By solving the above equations, find the values of x and y. So how we solve this? So you have to make the coefficients equal. So you get first equation, second equation. So both are, you have to both multiply by these numbers. If you are making this one the same, you have to multiply the first one by 3 and second one by 2 to get the same coefficient. So we'll make it same y coefficients. First one multiplied by 3, 24 equals 9x plus 6y. This one, second one multiplied by 2, 44, 8x minus 6y. That's fourth one. Now same coefficient and different signs, you can add the 2 equations. 3 plus 4, you get 8 and 6 is equal to 8 plus 9, 17x. This one get cancelled out. So what's x? 68 divided by 17. 4. 4 times 7, 28. So this is 4. So x equals 4. Then how you find out y? You can take any equation, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's better to take the original equations. I'll take the first one. X equals 4. So 8 equals 3 times 4. Now x is 4 plus 2y. So 8 equals 12 plus 2y. Then take 12 to this side. So 2y becomes 8 minus 12 minus 4. When you divide by 2, you get y equals minus 2. So now we found out 2 values. X is 4. Y equals minus 2. So how can we get marks? So this is the 5th question, first 2 parts. So you get another part, 3rd part. So we'll give marks here, 1 mark here, 1 mark here, 2. Then you need another 2 marks here, multiplying and making same coefficients. And then you have to find out x values. So you get 1 mark here, finding x value, and then substituting to this one and find out the y value, 1 mark. So 2, 3, 4 and again you can give 1 mark for the in-between step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So we'll take the next question. Using the values of x and y, rewrite the two matrices A and B. Just write down the two matrices. So we found out x equals 4 and y equals -2. And what are the two matrices you got? 8, 0, this. 8, 0, x and 4x minus 3y. 4x minus 3y. So 4x minus 3y, what's the value? Substitute. 4 times 4, 16, minus 3 times -2 plus 6. So that answer comes here. 12 and 1 there, 22. And x here, x means, so that's A. How you write down B now? B is 3x plus 2y. B, 3x plus 2y. Now substitute x equals 4. Y equals -2. 12 minus 4. That's 8. So where is 8 is here. 8, 0, 22. 8, 0, 22 now. 22 and x. X is 4. So here we got 8 here. So 8 comes here. So those are the two matrices A and B. Now we already gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks. So 3 marks for this. 1 mark for writing all these and 1 mark for this calculation and 1 mark for this calculation. So 3 marks, so altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 6. Solve the equations. So this is simultaneous equations. Here when you simplify, you get a quadratic equation and use completing square method and find out the answers. So try that now. We'll do the first part. So this is algebraic fractions addition. So we'll take first these algebraic fractions and simplify. What's the lowest common multiple of these two? So you can write x into x minus 2. Then what you do, you cross multiply. To get this one, you need to multiply this by x minus 2. This by 3. 3x is equal to 2. Now, numerator x plus 3x 4x minus 2 is equal to, this is like 1 here. So you can cross multiply these two. So 2x x minus 2. Now multiply. You get 2x squared minus 4x is equal to 4x minus 2. Take all terms to one side. When you take all terms to one side, you get 2x squared minus 4x and this minus 4x minus 8x. And minus 2, when you take it to this side, that's plus 2 equals 0. Divide the whole thing by 2. What you get? X squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. So that's the equation we want. So that's the first part. Now we'll do the second one. Solve the quadratic equation, this by completing the square or by any other method. So we'll use completing square method. Either you can use a quadratic formula, but here it's specifically mentioned use completing square method. We'll try completing square method. What you do? You take the x term, divide by 2 and square it. That's the coefficient you need to add. So that means 2 squared is 4. So you are adding 4 to get a perfect square. But you have to remove this as well. So you are subtracting the same amount from this equation. Now when you take the first 3 terms, you get x, here square root of 4 is 2 and this sign is minus. So this is the square term you are getting from first 3 terms. 1 minus 3, you get minus 3 equals 0. Take minus 3 to the other side. Squared is equal to plus 3. Take square root both sides. X minus 2 becomes plus or minus square root of 3. So you have to take both plus and minus answers. So here, what is x value? When you take minus 2 to the other side, that becomes plus 2 plus or minus root 3. Now, plus or minus root 3, you need to know the value for root 3. So, can you remember the root 3 value? 1.732. You can straight away use that. So, this is 1.732. So, what are the solutions here? 2 plus or minus 1.732. When you take the plus value, you get 3.732, and when you take the negative value, what you get? 2 minus 1.732. So 2 minus 1.732. So you get 8 and 6 here, 2 here. So you get 0.268. It says in the question, give the answer correct to first decimal place. So first decimal place, the answer is 3.7 or 0.3. 6 is more than 5, you have to round up. So these are the two answers. So how we give marks now? So we have given already. No, we have not given marks for the two parts. So you get 1 and 2. So we'll give finding this one lowest common multiple and cross multiply 1 mark, and taking all terms to other side and expanding brackets here 1 mark, and dividing by 2 1 mark, just to show this answer 1 2 3, and final one 1 mark, 4 marks for that. And the next one, completing square method. So 1 mark to get the constant term and 1 mark taking other side, and taking both plus or minus, you can get 1 mark. And here 2 answers, you can get 2 marks again for these 2 answers. So altogether 3 4 5 and 4 9. So we can give mark to identify root 3 is 1.732. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 4 altogether 10 marks. So this is the last question in part A. Now we'll look at part B. So part B also you get 6 questions, but you have to answer 5 questions. So try now 7 to 10. So this is 7th question. So you get 2 parts. So this is about number patterns, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So we'll see step by step. First one, in an exhibition, some bulbs are fixed around a semicircular board in the following manner. First row contains 8 red bulbs. Second row contains 15 red bulbs. And third row contains 22 red bulbs. Using a formula, find the number of red bulbs in the 12th row. So this is, what's the pattern? Arithmetic progression, always adding 7 plus 7. So that's the common difference. 15 minus 8, you get 7. So you need to find out how many bulbs in 12th row. So T12. So how you find out T12? First term plus n minus 1. 12 minus 1, 11. D. A is the first term. A is 8. And 11 times 7. So 8 plus 77. 85 red bulbs are there. That's in the 12th row. Second part, if there are 20 such rows in the above board, find the total number of red balls fixed on the board. So sum of all 20 rows. So we know how many bulbs in the, this is 12th one, so not 20. So we can use the sum of n formula, n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d formula. If you know the last term, you can use a plus l formula. N is 20. 20 divided by 2. 2 times a. What's a? 8. N is 20, that's 19. D is 7. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now simplify here. 8 times 2, 16. 7 times 19, 63 and 13. So when you add it, you get 9, 4, 1. So altogether 1490 bulbs are there, red bulbs are there altogether. So that's the first part. So we'll give marks. 4 marks we can give. 2 marks, 1 mark and 1 mark for the answer. 4 marks here. And 2 marks here. So altogether 6 marks for part A. Now we'll look at part B. If the second term and the fifth term of a geometric progression are 75 and 2025 respectively, find the common ratio of the geometric progression. Now this is about geometric progression. Second term, T2. How you write second term in the geometry? First term and R is the common ratio and 2 minus 1, 1. Fifth term is 75. That's first equation. And it says fifth term. That's T5. AR 5 minus 1. That's 4. That's 2025. Second term. when you divide 2 by 1, a get cancelled out, power 4 and 1, you get power 3. What's the answer? 2025 divided by 75. Divide by 25 first. Here 3. For 200, that's 8 and 1. 81 divided by 3, 27. Now we know 27 means 3 to the power 3. R to the power 3 is there. You can compare the bases. R is equal to 3. That's the common ratio of the geometric progression. That's 3. So we can give marks. Now already we have given 2 here. 6 marks. So 4 marks for this one. 1 mark, 1 mark. And dividing 1 mark, and the final answer get 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now we'll look at 8th question. So you need to use the compass. So this is construction. Now we'll do that. Using only straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses and showing construction lines clearly. Construct a triangle ABC such that AB is 7.5 centimeters and B angle. So B angle is given 75 and BC length is 5. So we'll try to do that. How you draw the line first? Take the ruler and first draw a line. And you can mark the point A. Then you need to measure 7.5 centimeters. So take the ruler and the compass. 7.5. 7.5 is here. So you keep on top of A and mark this point. That's this one. 7.5. This is in centimeters. And now to the B point, we have to construct 75 degrees. How you construct 75? You can use 60 and then another 15. So bisect 30-degree angle. So first we have to draw the perpendicular line 90 degrees and 60 degrees and bisect. So we can mark this point and on the other side and take the compass here. I'm trying to draw perpendicular line. Middle you draw an arc and here you draw an arc. Then you can connect it. So you don't need 90, so I'm using broken line. That's 90 degrees. Then you have to construct 60-degree angle. Now we need to construct 60 degrees. So take the compass, take any distance you like, and you can mark here and another point somewhere in the middle and keep the compass on top of that point, and you can draw another arc so that you get 60-degree angle. That's also broken lines because we don't need 60 degrees. So this is 60. Then how you construct 75? You can bisect 30-degree angle. So bisect the 30-degree angle. You take any length. And you can Draw an arc here and here. Keep the compass on top of this. Take any distance. I'm taking longer length so that I can see properly. So in between and here, keep the compass here and mark the other arc. This one. And here. Now I can draw the 75-degree angle. Intersecting point is here. So that's the 75-degree angle. So we'll mark it. This 60 and this 15. So this is 75 degrees. That's for the B angle. Now BC equals 5 centimeters. You take the compass and measure 5 centimeter length. And you can find out the C point. So you keep on point B and find the C point. So this is the C point. This. Now you can complete the ABC triangle. So this is ABC triangle. So how many marks for this part? You get 3 marks. Constructing angle, measuring length. So 3 marks for this question. And here, this length is 5 centimeter. You can mark that also. 5 centimeter is BC. So now you can do the next part. Now we'll take the second part. Complete the quadrilateral ABCD such that BD is 9 and ACD is equal to CAD. Now look at carefully. So you need to have an idea about this diagram. So A, B, C, and you are getting any point D. We don't know about that. This is a quadrilateral. And it says when you connect this point, this line, ACD, this angle and CAD angle, these two are equal. So that means an isosceles triangle. So this length should be equal to this length. So that means when you take the triangle, when you draw a perpendicular line, these two lengths are equal. So you have to draw a perpendicular bisector. And also, how you find out the D point? So you need to find out the perpendicular drawn from A here should be this value. So my diagram is not okay, but make sure that you draw perpendicular bisector for AC and perpendicular for A point. Then the intersecting point becomes point D. So that's what it says. So here this angle is equal to this angle. So how we start? So we can take the ruler and the compass. We'll first draw a perpendicular bisector to AC. So you can take any length. You draw an arc above the line. We'll take above the line and below the line. And take the compass same length. You keep on top of point C and you can draw the two arcs here. This is okay. I see the intersecting point, but here, somewhere here. That means I have to redraw this arc from here. So here I can draw here. That's the arc. Now connect this point and this point. Connect this point. Now, how you find out point D? Point D is the intersecting point of this line, perpendicular bisector, and it's given BD equals 9 centimeters. So you can take 9 centimeters and see where it cuts the perpendicular bisector. For that, I need to extend this line. I'll just extend this line further because 9 centimeters is a lot. So here I'll extend this line. Now take the compass. You need 9 centimeter length. So 9 centimeter length. So BD is 9. BD is 9. So you keep on top of B point and see where it cuts this line. Here. That's the D point. So this is D. Now you can complete the ABCD quadrilateral. Here to here. And here to here. So that's ABCD quadrilateral. So how many marks for this part? You get perpendicular bisector 2 marks and marking this one. So altogether 3 marks for this question as well. Now we'll see how we do the next part. Part 3. Construct a circle that touches DC side at C. Touches here and passing through the point A. So something like this, touches this one and passing through. So how can we find out the center of this circle? So it should be on this line, perpendicular bisector, and we have to draw a perpendicular to CD line as well. So we'll extend this line. We need to extend this line, DC line, to draw a perpendicular bisector. Now to point C, we'll draw a perpendicular. So take any length here and here. Now take another length or same length you can do. Keep on top of this point and you can draw an arc above here and here. Keep it here and draw the other point. So you don't need to draw here. From here you can draw the line. So you can connect this point and C. That's the perpendicular to DC line. The intersecting point of the lines here, perpendicular here and here, is the center. So this point is the center O. Now we found out the center. Now you can draw the circle. So the radius is OC. So take the compass. You can keep on the center and take either OA or OC as the radius. This point, and see whether it passes through. So you need to keep it properly. So here, now we can take the radius OA, here this distance as the radius of the circle and draw the circle. I'll take a different color to draw the circle. Now we'll see whether it touches the CD line and passes through A. So that's the circle. Now we have to write down the reason for this one. Show with reasons why DA is a tangent. So we know these two are tangents because here this length is equal to this length. So we can we can use the compass and measure this length and this length. You get these two are equal. So we can write AD is equal to DC, as well as when you take this angle is same as this angle because tangent bisect the angle. Because when you draw the tangents, this DO line bisect the angle. So you have to write that as well. ADO angle is equal to ODC angle as well. Get full marks. So how you get marks? You get 3 marks for this one, and for the reason 1 mark. Now you can try question number 9. This is about proofs. So try 4 parts are there. Try now and I'll do step by step. In the square ABCD, the diagonals bisect at O. P is any point on OD. BR is the perpendicular to AP from B. So we'll connect AP line and the perpendicular from here to this is the BR. And it says BR intersect AO at Q. This is R, this is Q. This is perpendicular line. Copy the figure to the answer sheet and mark all data. So you get 1 mark for that marking. So I'll give 1 mark for that. And now part 2. Show that ARQ triangle, this one, and BOQ, these two triangles are equiangular triangles. We'll consider ARQ triangle and BOQ triangle. We know that this angle is equal to this angle. Opposite angles are equal. So RQA angle is equal to OQB angle. Opposite angles. and this angle is 90. And we know if this is a square, angles bisect at 90 degrees. So we can say QOB angle is equal to ARQ angle, and that's 90. And if this is A, definitely this is 90 minus A, and this is also same. So definitely two angles are equal means this angle is equal to this angle. So you can write OBQ angle is equal to RAQ angle. So all three angles, corresponding angles are equal. So you can say these are equiangular triangles. So therefore, equiangular. That's the second part. Show that PAD, here this one. That means this angle. So I'll take another color. So PAD means this angle. PAD angle is equal to QBA. QBA, this angle. How we show that? Look at carefully. You need to show this angle is equal to this angle. So we'll put letters for these ones. We'll take, this is A. This is A. This becomes 90 minus A. And this is also 90 minus A. We'll take this one B. This is 45. Can you see this is 45? This is the diagonal. This is a square. With the diagonal, this is 45. This whole angle is 45. And here also 45, this angle. Now, what can you say about this angle, the required angle? 45 minus 90 minus A. So we'll write down AD DAP. So or PAD angle. What's PAD? Is equal to 45 minus 90 minus A. So when you subtract, you get 45 minus here and here plus. So I can write A minus 45. A minus 45. That's this angle, PAD. So likewise, I can say the other angle, QBA. QBA is 45 minus 90 minus A, same thing. So you get A minus 45. So according to these two angles are equal. So therefore, PAD angle is equal to QBA. So that's the third part. So we have another part. So how many marks we can give? So we give 1 mark here for the marking points, and here equiangular. So this part you can get 3 marks, and showing this one you get 3 marks. 3 marks. So 3, 3, 6 and 7. So we'll see next part. Prove that triangle PAD and these two are congruent. So we'll take PAD triangle and QBA triangle. This and this. We know these two lengths are equal. This is a square. AB is equal to AD. One length equal. And here we found out from the previous part, this angle is same as this angle. So from the previous part, PAD angle is equal to ABQ angle. That's proved. And this is because of a square. Lengths are equal. Now what's the other one? When you take BAQ triangle, this one. What can you say about this one? 45 degrees. That's the angle bisector, because diagonal bisect the angle, 45. And if you take this one, DAP triangle, this is 45. So you can write that one, ADP angle is equal to QAB angle, that's 45 degrees, because angle bisector is the diagonal. Now we found out 2 angles and 1 length. So PAD triangle is congruent to QBA triangle. What's the reason? Angle, side. Angle, side. These two are congruent. So that's the last part. So how many marks we can give? So 3, 3, 6, 7. So 3 marks for this question as well. So you can get 3 marks for this proof. So altogether 10 marks. Now you can try question number 10. This is also about proving. Try these two. I'll do step by step. A tangent is drawn to a circle at P. O is the center of the circle. A is a point on the circle. OA produced meet the tangent at T. PB is the perpendicular drawn to OA from P. So we need to draw that. OA, perpendicular drawn from P. So we'll draw the perpendicular, that's PB. So this point is B. Copy the above figure to the answer script and mark all data. So only you have to mark the B point. All the others already marked. Prove that AP, this line, so use the ruler, AP, this line, AP is the bisector of BPT. That means you have to show that these two angles are equal. So this angle and this angle both are equal. So how we show that? So we'll connect O and P as well. That's the radius. So now what we can mark? Radius and the tangent. So this is 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees and this is 90 degrees. And these lengths are equal. OP and OA. These lengths are equal. So that means an isosceles triangle. So this angle, if it's A, we'll put X or something. That's equal to this angle, X. Then what is this angle? This small angle, 90 minus X. So this is 90 minus X. Now what is this angle? Straight away you get the answer. Here this is 90, this is X. So this is also 90 minus X. So we showed that. So this is also 90 minus X. Now we showed that this is also 90 minus X. This is also 90 minus X. So PA is the angle bisector. So we need to write step by step. So what's the first step? So we can write this angle. So we can write OP is equal to OA because of radii. If these two are equal, this angle is equal. So OAP angle is equal to OP A angle, that's X. And also you can write OP is perpendicular to the XT line. That's the because of tangent. Then from that, we can write what is this angle? APT angle is 90 minus this angle, OPA. OPA, that means 90 minus X. That's first step. Then when you take ABP triangle, this is X. So we can write BPA angle. BPA angle is 90 minus X. From 1 and 2, these two are equal. So APT angle is equal to BPA. APT, this angle is equal to BPA. So two angles are equal. So you can write PA is the angle bisector of BPT. Straight away you get angle bisector. So how can we give marks? Now we didn't give marks. So here, drawing all the points. The first part, copy above figure to answer, script mark all data. So we can give 2 marks for that first part. Then prove that AP is a bisector. Everything 8 marks we have to give. Identifying. So each step will give 1 mark. Identify the radii and the angles 1 mark. And tangent is perpendicular to this one. And finding this one will give 2 marks. And here 2 marks for this. And final answer 1 mark. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try last 2 questions. So this is about Venn diagrams and this is about volumes. Now we'll see question number 11. First you try this and then look at my answers. So you get 2 parts. You have to use logarithmic tables. Now we'll do the first part. A solid iron cylinder with base diameter 2r and the height 6 times its base radius is melted. So this is a cylinder. Cylinder, diameter is 2r means radius is r. And the height is 6 times of the radius, 6r. So this one is melted. And solid right cone with same radius equal to the same base radius and the height is half the height of the cylinder. Half of 6r, that's 3r. And a sphere with radius a are made. So sphere with radius a. So melting this one and make these 2. So what can you say about this diagram? The volume of the cylinder is equal to the volume of the cone and the volume of the sphere. So we'll write down an equation for that. What's the volume of the cylinder? Pi r square. H is 6r. I'm not writing pi value because all 3 you get pi value, it get cancelled out. That's equal to, what's the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi r squared and h is 3r. Plus, what's the volume of a sphere? 4/3 pi radius cube. Radius is a cube. Now you can simplify this. Can you see pi? Common for all terms. You can divide by pi. Then simplify 6 with r to the power 3, 6r cube. This 3 and this 3 get cancelled out. You get r cube here. Plus 4/3 a cube. Now take r cube to the other side. 6r cube minus r cube, 5r cube is equal to 4/3 a cube. Now you have to make a as a subject. So a cube is what? A cube is 3 times 5, 15. 15 r cube over 4. So how you find a? Take cube root of this. So when you take cube root, you can write a is equal to cube root. Now when you take cube root, you can write this is r. Only I can write 15/4 cube root and this value into r. So that's a. So that's the first part. So you can get 1 mark here, 1 mark for the volume here, 1 mark. And simplifying this one, you get 2 marks. So altogether 5 marks for first part. Now we have to do the next part. Part 2. Taking r equals 4.32 centimeters and using the logarithms tables, find the value of a. So what's the equation you got for a? A equals cube root of 15 over 4 r. We'll look at it. 15 over 4 cube root r. That's correct. Now we can rewrite this as 15 to the power 1/3. Cube root means 1/3 power. And 4 1/3 power and r. Now what is r? It's given 4.32. Now you can use logarithmic table. So take log both sides. Log a is equal to, when you take log of all these, here 1/3, you can take it out and write log 15. Here I can put bracket, log 15 minus log 4. Because 1/3 is the power, I can take it out. Log 15 minus log 4. And this is multiplication, becomes addition of log of 4.32. So that's the equation. Now you can refer tables and find out the log value. 1/3. Log 15, 0, 17, 61. So this is 1 point. Because 15, when you write in standard form, 1 point. 17, 61. Minus. Log 4 means 0 point something. So this is 40, 0. 40, 0 is 60, 21. This one, and plus log of 4.32 means this is 0 point, because in standard notation 43, 2. 43, 2. 6355. Now simplify. First subtract these two. These two subtract. 1.1761, 0.6021. Subtract these two, you get 0.5740. And then divide by 3. You get 3 times 1, 3. For 27, that's 9. And for 4, that's 1. For 10, that's 3. And you get again 10. So 3, 3 like that. So you can keep 1913 because only 4 decimal places you need when you refer the tables. So you can keep that and plus 0.6355. Add it. 538, 516, 3 and 9, 12. 1 remaining, 8. So you have to use anti-log value. So A becomes anti-log of 0.8268. So now you need to find out anti-log value for 0.8268. So it's not in the first table. So you have to take the second table. So I'll refer the second table. 8268. 8268. 67 is there. So 1 more. So that's 1. 67, 1, 1. So 67, 1, 1. I can write 67, 1, 1. Now this is 0 point, so you can write 6 point. So what's the value of A? 6.711. This is in centimeters because this is in centimeters because R is given centimeters. So it's not given round the value, just you can write down this answer. So 6.711 centimeters. Now we need to give marks. So we have already given marks for this step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks for this step. So 5 marks for this one as well. So 1 mark, substituting R equals 4.32 and laws of logarithms 1 mark, and using the tables 1 mark, and adding, subtracting everything 1 mark, and finding antilog value 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and previously 5. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try the last question. This is about Venn diagram. So we'll do step by step. Altogether 4 parts are there. So read the question and fill all the values. The following data was collected during a survey carried out with 100 students. So 100 is here. 100 students in a hostel to find out the preference of some food items. 40 students prefer fish. That's A. So 40. So we can write 40 here. And 45 students prefer eggs. That's B. 45. And 10 students prefer meat. That's C. This 10. The number of students who prefer only eggs is twice the number of students who prefer both eggs and fish. Both egg and fish is here and only eggs is here. So students who prefer only eggs is twice. If this is x, this is 2x. Now you have to find out x. But look at this circle, 45. X and 2x becomes 45. X plus 2x, 45. That means 3x is equal to 45. So what's the x value? Divide by 3. 15. So you can write 15 here. And write 15 and double of that. That's 30. Now we can fill the other parts. This whole thing is 40. This is 15. So what is this one? 25. Now outside. So this full circle is 45. 45 plus 25, you get 70. And this is 10, 80. And 20 outside. Again check. 45 is this circle. 45 plus 25, 70. And this is 10, 80. 100 minus this one, 80. You get 20 there. So this is the full diagram. So using the given details, copy and complete the Venn diagram. Describe the sets A union B and C. So this is first part, second part. What are A union B means these two and C is this one. So there's no intersection between these two. So we can say A union B and C are mutually exclusive event. Mutually exclusive events. Because there's no intersection between these two circles and this one. So A union B and C are mutually exclusive. So we can give marks for these two. 1 mark just to identify both are mutually exclusive, and we'll give 3 marks for this diagram. 3 marks. So altogether 4 marks there. Now we'll take the next two parts. Find the number of students who do not prefer any of the above 3 food items. That means we already found that answer. That means not inside these two circles, not inside this. We already found that's 20. So you can write 20. That's 100 minus 80. Out of the students who prefer only fish, 2 students also prefer eating meat. Draw another complete Venn diagram to show the above changes. So I need to fill previous values. So we'll do that 40, 45, and we found this is 15, 30, and 25 and 20. So those were the values. Now we have to draw another Venn diagram with these changes. So we'll try to draw it. So this is the rectangle. Now what it says? Out of the students who prefer only fish. Only fish means this one. 2 students also prefer eating meat. So that means there's an intersection with C. So how you draw this diagram? So I can take C here and this is A and this is B. So I can redraw this. This is now C, A, B. Yeah, so now this is 100. Nothing happens to that one. And 45 is there. No changes there. This side, nothing happens. So 30 and 15. And 20 is there. Now look at this one. Out of this 25, 2 are combining with C. So that means this is 2. Then this becomes 23. 25 minus 2. Now what's this value? So we took 10 and here 2 from this one. Prefer meat as well. So this 10 stays the same. So this is 10. Now it becomes altogether 12. So here that's the complete Venn diagram. Now we can give marks for that. So what are the marks you can get? You can get 2 marks for this. And previously we gave 3, 4, 6 and 4 marks for this diagram. So you get altogether 10 marks. So this is the last question in paper 2. So check all the answers and see whether you can get a good grade for your O-level exam.